This video is an overview of reviewing a report with the Midmark digital ECG. Always refer to the appropriate technical documentation with a complete list of instructions, safety alerts, and sequence of procedures before conducting any service or maintenance operations. ECG Review in IQ Manager. To retrieve an ECG report for review, enter the Patient Data screen in IQ Manager and search by the patient's name or ID. Select View next to the patient to review the patient data and a list of reports for the patient. Then select the resting ECG report you want to review, followed by the View button. If you are using an EMR, refer to your operation instructions for opening a Midmark ECG report for review. The remainder of this section is the same, whether you are using an EMR or Midmark IQ Manager software. The date and time of the selected report, name of the technician conducting the test, and the patient's blood pressure, if entered, will appear on the top left side of the screen. The general measurements are displayed on the upper right portion of the Report Review screen. Measurements can be manually overridden by clicking in each field, except for the QTC values. Electronic calipers. Select the Calipers button to measure the amplitude and duration of any part of the ECG waveform. This makes it easy to review ECG tests online without printing the report. Clicking and dragging on a specific caliper will move that one caliper only. Clicking and dragging in the middle of the calipers will move both calipers together. Calipers can be adjusted for a different duration of time by clicking and moving the right or left caliper. 10-second review. The 10-second tab will display all 10 seconds from each of the 12 leads on one screen. In other words, the full disclosure of a 12-lead resting ECG test. The menu bar displays the date and time of the selected report with a drop-down to select a different report and a drop-down for gain. The calipers work the same as in the ECG report review screen. ECG Compare. You may click the Compare tab to compare two ECG reports from the same patient, side by side. The current test report will be displayed in the top window. The previous test report, by default, will be displayed in the bottom window. Other tests can be selected by using the drop-down menu or by using the right or left arrows in the bottom window of the ECG report. The ECG tracings for each report will be displayed on the left. The date and time of the report, the gain drop-down, the ECG data fields, and the interpretation field will be displayed on the right. The printer button will print the report displayed on the screen. Edit interpretation and sign off. If you'd like to make changes to the interpretation, you may edit or enter an interpretation in the interpretation field by using the free text typing capability. Please note that all diagnostic statements must be reviewed by a qualified physician. You may also make changes to the interpretation using customized statements by selecting the pencil icon. Once in the Interpretation Edit screen, click on the top left drop-down arrow for the appropriate category and then select the Add button to add the desired selection. The selected interpretation will be displayed in the right window. Select Favorite to add frequently used interpretations to the favorites list. You may also use the Search field to search through all of the preset interpretations configured from List Management. To free type an interpretation, use the top right text field. To reorganize the statements in the interpretation field, select the statement and use the up and down arrows to move them to the desired place. Select the X button next to the statement to delete that statement. Selecting Clear All will remove all interpretations on the report. To save the changes made to the Review Report screen, select OK. To discard any changes and return to the Review Report screen, select Cancel. All ECG tests must be examined with respect to the patient's overall clinical condition. When you are ready to sign off on the report, enter your name and click the Sign Off button. The date the report is signed, the name of the reviewing physician, and the username are recorded. The report is now read-only. To edit a signed report, retrieve the report and select the Unlock button. Rhythm ECG. The rhythm review screen is displayed after the rhythm ECG test has ended and contains the following data: test date and time, technician, physician, blood pressure, and test data. From the rhythm review screen, you may access the Report Selection drop-down menu, Gain drop-down menu, Calipers toggle, Print button, and the Save button. Click the 10-second markers at the bottom of the rhythm review screen to move between 10-second intervals of the test. Alternately, you may click and drag the blue section of the time bar to change the 10-second portion of the rhythm strip shown in the window. For more detailed information about reviewing a report, please refer to the Midmark Digital ECG Operation Manual. For further support, contact Midmark Technical Service at 1-844-856-1230, option 2.